Are you someone who really wants to make a habit of reading but is not able to? Do you enthusiastically pick up a book but never seem to finish it? Do you succumb to Netflix and toss aside all the good books that you bought with great hopes? If you can relate to any of the above scenarios, I'm here to tell you 10 possible reasons why you have an unfaithful relationship with reading. The first mistake I think you're making is that you're looking at reading purely as an intellectual activity. It was upon chance that I noticed that some of my students hide the fact that they have enjoyed reading Twilight or Harry Potter. Before I could tell them that it is perfectly alright to read whatever book you like, I realized that since I have become a teacher, I myself had become very judgmental of whatever I was reading. So my first advice to all of you would be, please don't pick up a book to prove something to anyone. Whatever you like to read is perfectly alright. It can be a Champak, it can be a Chetan Bhagat, it can be a Milton Boone, it can be a comic book. It doesn't matter. As long as you are enjoying what you're reading, you don't have to justify yourself to anyone else. The second mistake that I've seen a lot of people make is, before they buy a book, they go to Google and search 100 greatest books ever written. Now, I know a lot of us have been guilty of trusting other sources and recommendations, and I myself am guilty of that. But what we really need to understand is that online polls about books are based on a lot of factors, such as the time period the book was written in, the narrative style, the context with which it was written. So it is not necessary that every great book out there is suitable for you. There is no shame in going to the bookstore, just taking a look around and just picking up whatever suits you. If you're only going to buy your books based on others' recommendations, or you're going to go for a very highly acclaimed book for your first read, chances are you might not enjoy reading it. One of the biggest reasons why I stopped reading for a little while was because I was a working woman who would only get 2 to 3 hours of leisure time during a day. I'm noticing that it has almost become a norm to associate free time with Netflix and binge watching. Here, I'm not only talking about people who never developed the habit of reading, but there are so many people who used to be voracious readers, but they've just forgotten how much they enjoyed reading a good book. I really want you to believe me when I say that if you break that pattern and if you start associating reading as a part of your leisure, I am very sure that your mind is going to automatically motivate you to pick up a book. Now, this brings me to the fourth reason. You have never tried to create an emotional association with reading. Human beings always work in pattern or pairs. For example, every time it rains, you go and grab yourself a cup of coffee. Every time you go for a long drive, you put on some good music. Every time you've had a long day, you go for a long shower. Now, these are tried and tested combinations which we are so used to that every time we want to indulge in some kind of leisure, we run towards these things without even thinking. Similarly, if you develop these patterns with reading, I can guarantee you that you're going to get a lot of joy and serenity out of it. I've made some new rules for myself. Every time I go to the balcony in the evening to get my evening cup of tea, I have made a rule of carrying a book with me. Usually what happens is I end up reading that book for more time than I actually intended to. Before any upcoming trip, I assign a special novel to that particular trip so that I'm able to complete that book during that time, which motivates me to meet fellow readers and also get recommendations from so many people. Another thing was that I was binge watching a lot of series at night. So I made a new rule that no matter how much television I watched during the day, I would only try to fall asleep while reading a book. And the result of this is truly incredible, as not only am I sleeping better because I am not getting impacted by the screen time right before I sleep, but also I am getting hooked on to each and every book and I get very excited to finish the rest of it the next day. The fifth reason is you let that one book win. I'm sorry, I was losing light in the balcony, so I moved indoors. I know too many students who tried to read a book, but when they did not like it, not only did they ditch that particular book, but they decided once and for all that reading is not for them. I want everyone to understand that it's perfectly alright to not like a book. If you don't like the book you're reading, pass it on, exchange it with a friend, gift it to someone special, but do pick up another one. It is funny how we try so many clothes before buying one piece of garment, but when it comes to a permanent lifestyle choice of reading, we never give it another shot. Now, the sixth mistake that you might be making, and this is very common amongst the millennials, is that you would spend money on anything except a good book. There are too many of you out there who are ready to pay 600 rupees for a Netflix membership, 1000 bucks for a good pizza, but you are not ready to shell out 200 to 300 rupees for a good book. If you're trying to like reading by choosing whatever book that comes your way for free, chances are you would not get hooked on to this habit. Don't get me wrong, it is great to share books and get them for free from libraries, from donations, from charities, but it is very important to go to a bookstore and pick up that one book that appeals to you. So please don't be afraid to invest in a good book. While training to become a teacher, I was taught that some people are auditory learners while others are visual learners. So, do not limit the way you read a book. Some of us like our books hardbound with that typical smell of a good old book which any devoted reader can identify, while others like to save their money and try to expand their vocabulary by downloading books on e-readers like Kindle and enabling Wordwise. Meanwhile, there are others out there who only like listening to audiobooks and they just like to plug in their earphones and forget about it. I want you to remember that there is no correct way of finishing a book. Try everything and then just stick to whatever you like. Now, according to me, the eighth mistake that you're making is you are a prejudiced picker. The best way for me to explain this point would be by telling you my own example. I was traveling alone from Amritsar to Delhi by train and I had already downloaded 2 seasons of The Office on my phone. The bad thing was I did not charge it. Due to paucity of time, I was just running through the station trying to find a bookstall when I stumbled upon this one man who was selling books out of this one tiny bag. He did not give me a lot of options and he was mostly selling magazines and comic books, but I did find this one book by Mark Manson called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a F***. I had no option. I quickly paid him 150 bucks and I bought that book. While buying it, I did have this thought in my mind that you're a teacher who teaches literature and you've just bought this very frivolous looking book. But I still went with it because I did not have any option. The result of this experience was I was this weird girl on the train everyone was staring at because she was laughing and crying hysterically at the same point. What happened to me was there were so many examples in the book that were so personal to me that I had gone through myself that it just totally appealed to me. And I know so many people out there who did not like that book or who only considered it a light read. So if you're getting the opportunity of reading a book, no matter what genre, do give it a shot. Now, the ninth mistake is a little deep to understand. There are too many people who treat reading as a completely independent activity. When you go to watch a movie, what part of it do you really enjoy? Do you like buying the tickets with your friends and enjoy that big tub of popcorn? Do you like sharing your reviews with your friends, appreciating it or criticizing it? Or do you like giving reviews to others? When it comes to any other leisure activity, we do not look at it as an independent thing and we have this whole process that is established around it. But when it comes to reading, the only thing we can think of is picking up a book and reading it. But this does not have to be the case. You'd be very surprised to see that if you do a little bit of research about the book you're reading or are about to read, you would be so much more invested in it. Try finding a little bit about the author. Try to join a virtual book club and discuss whatever you've read. Maybe you will get an insight about it that will completely change your perception. Just like any other activity, reading becomes more fulfilling if its joy is shared with others. And if you start doing it, you would be around the right kind of people who are going to motivate you to pick up more books. I seriously recommend joining an online WhatsApp group for reading or a virtual book club or going to any social media platform such as Instagram or Reddit and try to follow pages that talk about reading or recommend good books to you. The 10th mistake that you're making is more like a cultural influence. I, being a North Indian myself, have noticed that if a culture of reading is established in a house, there are chances of more members of the family getting into this habit. So it's completely okay if your parents did not inculcate this habit in you. It is still okay if they tried to do it but you did not listen to them. It is never too late. You can always organize some weekend activity or fix up a time where people would just sit together and read whatever they like. You can even read out poetry to each other, or you can actually narrate some excerpts from literature from your native language, and I'm pretty sure everyone in the family is going to enjoy. What I basically want to tell you is try and celebrate reading in any possible way you can, and now that you're in a lockdown, make the most of it, as truly a lot is wrong with the world right now, but one thing that you can do right is catch up on your reading. If you like this video, feel free to share it with your loved ones, and if you are an avid reader, do let me know what are the habits that you have inculcated that have allowed you to read more and more books. If you have any other suggestions, do mention it in the comments below, and do subscribe to the channel, as I will be coming up with a lot more content in a very short period of time. Till then, treat yourself to a good book and just see the magic. Bye bye and take care.